Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be talking about 5 Yankees who could potentially get traded this offseason. Obviously, the Yankees re-signed Aaron Judge. They brought in all-star pitcher Carlos Rodon, and they also brought back Tommy Kahnle to add to the bullpen. But the Yankees do need to clear up roster space to get these guys on the roster. And it does look like a trade's going to be happening soon, or some of these guys will not be back with the Yankees in 2023 due to, log jams at that position and, them just not seeing the field, or they're just not producing very much. So, Christian, who is the first guy that you got?
It's Gleyber Torres. Now, I'm going to start off by saying, this guy would probably be 5 on our list, and I would even, group some other people in with him. So the Yankees need to trade an infielder. That's bottom line. They already had too many infielders last year. They had Gleyber Torres on the bench on opening day, and now you have Peraza, Volpe, Cabrera. Now they're all in the mix. That's too many infielders on a Major League Baseball team. Now, I think Torres, it's probably becoming less likely with DJ's uncertainty. Now, we don't totally know where it stands with DJ, if he's going to be healthy or not. And even if DJ is healthy, if Donaldson's struggling, you might want to move DJ over to third base and then have Torres at second. However, the reason why I think it's possible Gleyber Torres could be traded is maybe they move one of the kids to second and they have both kids up the middle. And I think that's a very real possibility here. We know that the Yankees were trying to trade Gleyber Torres at the trade deadline. They basically had something done with the Marlins, and it just it never went through. So I don't think it's crazy to say that.
Yeah, certainly. I really like Gleyber Torres as a player. I think he's a very productive player. I think he's a very solid player. Was obviously much better at second base last year. Should have made the All-Star team as well. And he's not very old either.
Yeah. Now, an interesting one is Domingo Germán. Now, Germán, he's had some off-the-field issues. That's whatever. As a ball player, it's even more of a weird case because he's shown some signs where he's been awesome, and then there's been times where we want him DFA. An example is in 2022. I think after his start against the Astros, not a single Yankee fan wanted him on the team. Although by the end of the season, we were feeling pretty confident in him. He wasn't used at all in the playoffs. And I think the main reason why I think there's going to be a trade involving Domingo Germán is he has 0 options left. So he's going to start probably on the Major League Baseball team. And then if he sucks, he's on the team until August because they're not going to just dump him. They're going to wait to trade him at the trade deadline. So I don't know if the Yankees want to risk that. And I don't even know if there's really a spot for him on the team. I mean, I guess as a long reliever, but you also have Clark Schmidt. I don't know, Ryan.
Listen, I've always, obviously the off the field issues are separate. He obviously made big time mistakes. I've always liked him as a pitcher, though. I've always thought he's had really, really good stuff, kind of untamed. We've seen a couple games where he's just went off. He's had 2 no-hitters that he took into the 7th and 8th inning. His stuff when it's on, he's very, very good pitcher. So yeah, if you can find a spot for him, that would be great. I still think he can be very productive for this team. He was really good after that one bad start against the Astros. So, yeah, certainly wouldn't mind keeping him on the team. But if you have to get rid of him, you have to do that. So, interesting to see what finds out. But I really don't care either way.
Well, Luis Gil, Ryan.
Luis Gil is, you saw him come up at the end of 2021. Very, very good. Didn't give up a run, I think, in his first 3 or 4, maybe even 5 starts. Was very, very good. Saw a lot of potential in him. Then kind of struggled in the minor leagues a bit last year early on. and then came up for that one start, and then got sent back down. Then he got injured, got Tommy John. But he's definitely rehabbing, and definitely could probably see him back in 2023. So, he's kind of, it's hard to imagine he'd have some sort of spot on the major league roster unless he really, really shows a lot of potential, a lot of improvement in the minor leagues and putting up good numbers. Then they could utilize him out of the bullpen maybe, because he does throw hard. But he doesn't really have a spot on the team, but he is super young, so he might be a guy you want to hold on to. But yeah, if I'm going to trade him, I want some good value back in return because he is young and we have seen him with a lot of potential. So interesting to see what happens. My guess is the Yankees will probably keep him though.
Yeah, it's possible. An interesting one is Lucas Luetge. Now, he was almost traded to the Dodgers at the trade deadline, and it makes a lot of sense. He doesn't get used in any high leverage spots. He's basically a guy to eat innings and a 3-4 run game, which is fine. You need some people like that on your team. Although Lucas Luetge might even be too good to be in that role, but he's not good enough to be a high leverage reliever. His stats are very good. His metrics are excellent. Although the Yankees are going to continue to use him in that, bridge the gap in a 4-run game. I think Lucas Luetge might have some trade value, and we saw it at the trade deadline. They were trying to shop him, and I think it makes sense. Now, the only rebuttal I would say is if you trade Lucas Luetge, Wandy Peralta is your only lefty in the bullpen.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly. But, there is a very good lefty reliever on the market, Andrew Chafin. I'm sure the Yankees could get another lefty reliever somehow. But, I mean, you're spot on. He doesn't really have a great role on the team, great spot. He's been very, very well in his role in his role that he has with the Yankees. But, yeah, he definitely could be someone that gets moved. The Yankees are definitely have a lot of solid relievers, and a team could call and maybe want to bring in Lucas Luetge. So we'll see what happens, but he's definitely someone I think who could get dealt before the season.
Yeah, and last but not least, Aaron Hicks. Now, a quick disclosure, we don't have Josh Donaldson on this list because we're both pretty confident he's going to be the opening day third baseman. Brian Cashman has pretty much come out and said it, that he's going to be the third baseman. However, Aaron Hicks is a different story. Now, he's going to be making about $10 million for the next 3 seasons. Then they'll probably take the $1 million buyout in 2026. I don't think the Yankees want to roll out 3 more years of Aaron Hicks. And there's not even a spot for him on the team. They already replaced him at the trade deadline with Harrison Bader. There's no outfield spots. There's not even, He can't even really be the 4th outfielder. That's Oswaldo Cabrera, I guess. So there is no spot for Aaron Hicks on this team. And I think the Yankees are finally going to pull the plug this offseason.